So what I'm noticing with looking at your work is that a lot of you have the whole fraction part down. I know that we've been working with tenths and we've been working with hundredths. We haven't gone as far as to work with thousandths yet, but right now I am making tenths. I have 10 pieces in this hole, 10 pieces in this hole. If this entire thing is shaded in, then one hole is shaded in. If I have, let's say, 3 of these shaded in, a lot of you are able to say, okay, Ms. Toscano, there's 3 shaded in out of 10. That would be 3 tenths. So together, this is a mixed fraction because you have a whole number with a fraction. That means it's mixed. We've got 1 and 3 tenths. What's tricky for some of you is that you're not sure how to take 1 and 3 tenths and change that into a decimal. The number one thing that's going to help you is right here, place value chart. You have to remember where this decimal is located on any number. Anything to the right of the decimal is a fraction. It's a piece of something. It's a part of a whole. These are all pieces, not whole numbers. To the left of the decimal, these are all whole numbers. So if we have a number like, if we have a mixed number like 1 and 3 tenths, well, I know I have 1 right here, goes right there. How many tenths do I have? I have 3 tenths. Tenths, I have 3. Each one of these tenths look like decimal 1. Hundredths look like this, decimal 0, 1. Thousandths would look like this, decimal right here, 0, 0, 1. So I have 3 tenths. So as a decimal, 1 and 3 tenths would look like 1.3. 1 and 3 tenths. So what I'm seeing a lot of you do is you're taking a number like 6 tenths and you're changing that into a decimal to look like this. Just like that. This is 6 wholes, 6 ones. If you look, you can see that right here. 6 decimal, 6 decimal. So this is 6. You don't have to have a decimal with a whole number if there's not a part after that. 6 tenths. Tenths are right here. I've got 6 of them. 6 tenths, 0.6. Some of you think that you have to have the 0 in front of it, but I don't know if you remember I said you don't have to have this 0 here. I like to have that 0 there, but you don't have to. So to have 6 tenths, it's going to be 0.6 or 0.6. If we look at using just the words, let's say I have a number that is 4 hundredths, 3 ones, 1/10 and 3/100. What I've also noticed is you guys aren't really sure. Okay, well, I have hundreds, which is here. I have ones, which is here. I have a 10th, which is here. And I have a 100ths, which is here. I don't have anything in the tens place. So therefore, if I don't have anything in the tens place, I don't have to write down 0 tens. We just know there's nothing there. So if I have 4 hundreds, here's the hundreds, I have 4. I have 3 ones, here's the ones, I have 3. 1/10, here's the 10th, I have 1. 3/100, here's the hundredths, I have 3. So now this isn't a number because this has to be filled in with something. I don't have any tens, so I have to fill this in with a 0, just like that. So as a fraction, as a decimal, it's already here for me. 403 and 13 hundredths. We wouldn't say 403 and 1/10 and 3/100ths because that really means 13. But we would say 13, and this is the last digit in my number, so I look to see, okay, what place value is that? That's the hundredths. So I've got 13 hundredths. And as a fraction, here's my whole number. I have 403 of something, right? These are all my wholes. 403 and 13 hundredths. 13 out of 100. So I have noticed the decimal being a bit of a confusion for some of you. So let's take a look at one more number, and I'm just going to put it down like this. Okay, here we have it. This is expanded form, but using decimals, not fractions. So if I were to look at this, I can say, okay, 4 times 10. I have 4 tens. That means I have 40 right here. 7 times 1, that means I have 7. 6 times 1/10, that means I have 6 tenths. And 8 times 1/100th, that means I have 8 hundredths. I can look at it like that and put it together, or it might be easier to simply say, okay, I have 4 tens. Here's my tens. I have 7 ones. I have 6 tenths. And I have 8 hundredths. So as a decimal, it's going to look like 47 and 68 hundredths. And if I have a number, that's a decimal. And if I have a decimal, that's 47 and 68 hundredths. I know I have 47 wholes of something. 47. And here I've got 68 pieces, 68 parts out of 100. Here's my fraction, here's my decimal. As soon as we finish up practicing converting fractions to decimals today, what we're going to do is be done with what we had for 4th grade curriculum. Yay! And we are going to start 5th grade, which is fantastic. I might give you a short quiz to see what some of you may or may not remember, but I'm not sure yet. We'll have to find out. So right now I'm going to stop. We're going to go to our work, do our classwork, and then we're all done.